Welcome to the complete animation of Julia Brain from the 2020 Animaniacs reboot. It's kind of weird talking about it that way. It makes it kind of feel like we're not going to get any more, which is a real shame because the reboot gave us episodes like this, where not only did it introduce a fun new character, it also started to, like, shed light on just how weird this world really is with this whole transformation of a regular mouse into a mouse that's on the same level as Brain. And I gotta say, they did a really good job with their character design. I remember seeing one of the people who worked on the show on Twitter. They posted some of the concept art for Julia, and they went through a bunch of iterations. Like, they actually cared about this character that was only going to show up for one segment of one episode. And it's like, she's a really well done character. The voice actress did a good job. She has good chemistry with Pinky and Brain. It's kind of interesting. And I think that the fact that they introduced this character and she played such a pivotal role in this entire episode, it really just makes you wonder whether or not there will be a continuation of this reboot. Because this character Julia could easily show up again, but at the same time, she could very easily not. And I think there's a bit of a sort of a creative beauty to that. Because at the very end, it shows how, she has her own secret lab and she is spying on Pinky and the Brain. Like, it's kind of interesting, and they're still technically married. Well, as ever married as they ever were. And. But if they never continue on with that storyline, then all that we'll have is just this. So I'm not usually one for, like fan fiction or anything like that, but I do believe that writing that encourages people to create their own headcanons and to imagine, what comes next, I think that is strong writing. But I personally am not into the whole fan fiction scene. But if I was, I'm sure that I would probably look for a lot more stuff about this character, because she came and she went and she left a big impact, but it's definitely a possibility that we will never see her again in any official capacity. And speaking of official things, it's like this entire reboot is an interesting thing. Because I bet hardly any, if any, there are few people who actually worked on the original Animaniacs series worked on this. But I had never really seen the Animaniacs until this reboot was announced, and I was like, all right, I better go and actually watch it. So I basically binged the entire original series of the Animaniacs 2 months before I saw this. And when I saw this, I didn't think that there was anything wrong with it. I didn't think that there was anything amiss with it. And all I can think is the naysayers of this reboot, who say that the original was so much better, I think that they've got nostalgia clouding their judgment. I think that they've got their heads firmly in the nostalgia clouds, and they just didn't want to like this. But I did want to like it, and I did like it, and I do like it. It's really good. I wish that the season was longer. I wish that there would be more seasons. But yeah, so but that does bring up the interesting question: is an official, high budget reboot like this can it really be considered canon when it is so far removed and yet still so faithful to the source material? And I don't know. What I do know is that I like this character, and I hope that we get more seasons of this reboot and she shows up in them. But if they don't, it'll be nice to have had what we did have. Thanks for watching.